Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir SilentGods video. In today's video, I want to talk about something that has me a little bit excited and hopeful towards the future. And the thing that I'm talking about is Dragonheir SilentGods' first roadmap, right? They had a post where they kind of like, declared a few things that they're working on, looking at improving and all of that good stuff, which is basically, it's kind of like a roadmap. That's how they're usually called. Most development teams, most games have that where they do a roadmap for what's going to happen the next year or two, and they keep updating that. Okay, so for me, this is news, right? This is news. This is the first time I ever see it because, well, I actually took a pause. I actually quit Dragonheir like a few months back, and I actually just quit on the day that I was released, right? That announcement was released on the same day that the termination of service in the US was released. And I missed it, honestly. I missed it. I want to go through it with you guys just to, try and get some hopeful thoughts, try and, hope for the best for the future for this game. Because like I mentioned in my previous videos, there's several reasons why I came back to it, but one of the main reasons is, well, I love the game, right? It's still my favorite gacha game out there. It still has beautiful graphics, amazing mechanics, there's stuff that need to be improved, just like in any other game, but at the end of the day, it's my favorite gacha game that I ever played, right? So we know that there's some tricky stuff that has been happening for the last 6 months, where the company was sold, it was bought out by somebody else, they changed their publisher, now they're gonna change their server provider, so, it's gonna be a lot that's happening. However, what I'm expecting and hoping is that after this whole thing happens from 2025, it's I'm expecting, because the way that this one's gonna happen is 7th of November. For those who do not know, the game will take a pause basically for 24 days where nobody can log in, because they have to transfer all the data from the current providers to the new one, right? So it's gonna be a period up until the 1st of December. Then 1st of December comes back, we continue the season, finish it off, and then from January I'm expecting a fresh start, right? From January I'm expecting it to be a fresh start, kind of like a relaunch, I guess, or a new something like that. I don't know how to call it. Let's just call it relaunch, and hopefully we're gonna see a ton of changes happening to the game. Now let's go through the roadmap and see exactly what I missed, and I'm gonna read it with you guys. So basically, it starts as usual. Dear travelers, thank you for supporting us along the journey in Dragonheir SilentGods. We are delighted to witness your adventures and have received numerous recognitions and suggestions. We always give feedback, always good to give feedback. One of the issues that you are more concerned about has always been the future game content. Exactly, it's like, we want to see more stuff. This has been our primary focus. In the subsequent game versions, we will bring you new progression modes, gameplay content, and improvements to reduce the grind. Okay, we hope to share our update plans with you and hope you can take some time to read this article. Well, hope you take some time with me to read this. So, new progression modes, easier XP gains. To reduce the time spent on less interesting grinding gameplay, we plan to introduce the level resonance feature, which will directly boost your entire team's level. Once this feature is activated, the breakthrough system will also be adjusted accordingly, significantly speeding up your leveling experience and hero progression. After the first month of a new season, you will no longer need to grind XP dungeons. Yes, please. Yes, this is something that we 100% need, because honestly, there's too much. Consider the fact that it's a season-based game. Yeah, you need to farm up every time the season resets your people, but the fact that we have to farm so much goblin and so much XP dungeons, I'm not gonna lie. At least 2 months after the 3 of the server, you're farming dungeons for XP because we need so much of it. So the fact that they're gonna adjust this is amazing. Like as a joke, the way that this game was called, sometimes when people parody it, it's like Dragonheir Silent Devs, right? So I'm glad that they see this and they address it. And for those of you that do not know what level resonance means, it's kind of like, I'm not sure if you've played the games like Eternal Evolution. I think even FK Journey does it, but it's pretty much something similar to how the arena works. Okay, let me just go to the arena so I can show you. Where's the arena? Is it challenge? Yep, there we go. So let me show you exactly what I mean. So the way that hero resonance usually works is basically the game, or like the account, takes your maximum level people and just everybody else the same level. So for example, in Arena, if you only have one person that's level 100, everybody else that you use in Arena is brought to level 100. You can build them however. They're not fully skilled up and all that, but they're brought to the same level of your highest level 1, right? So you can see that every single person that I have on my account in Arena is level 100. This is basically how the level resonance works. However, I don't think they're going to do it exactly like in Arena. I think that the way they're going to adapt it is kind of like, again, like the same way that I've seen Eternal Evolution do it, is basically after you get a team of 5 people to, like, you know, the max levels, everybody else that comes after, or like, you know, you have to have 5 people to certain levels, and then for every other area apart from Arena, all the other champions that you own, right, all the other heroes that you own will be basically brought up to the lowest level of the next one. So let's say I have 4 90s and I have a 50, everybody else is going to be brought to a level 50. I think that's what they're planning to introduce, so at least that's what I'm hoping, because that's what, you know, that would make us no longer have to farm dungeons, XP dungeons specifically, in Goblin like madman for 3 months. That's not fun. Okay, so that's a good change. Second of all, richer progression experience. We hope players can enjoy a more intuitive, positive gaming experience during the mid to late season progression. Yeah, it kind of becomes boring, right? After you figure out your Chaos Shadows teams in the second month, just gets a little bit boring and stale, so they might need to add some more stuff. We'll introduce a hero talent system, providing heroes with multi-branch talent trees. By choosing different talent paths for your heroes, you can specialize in certain areas, bringing you more diverse battle strategy and deeper progression experience. Okay, that sounds interesting. The corresponding elemental talent dungeon will also be launched along with this system, okay? To make the roles of various heroes more distinct, we are also working on an equipment attribute enhancement feature. Okay, so I think maybe this is something like, for those of you that play Raid Shadow Legends, ascending gear, right? You can ascend gear, and apart from the base stats, you can get some extra bonuses. That can be cool. This will offer you more freedom when you are configuring lineups. Additionally, we plan to introduce an attribute transfer feature, allowing equipment attributes to be directly transferred to another piece of new equipment, aiming to reduce repetitive grinding content. Okay, that sounds good. So I guess I don't 100% understand everything they mean here, but I guess it's pretty much, you know, giving you different ways to build your heroes through the talent trees and through the gear changes and the gear attribute enhancement can be a cool way, because it's gonna give us, you know, more ways to experiment. It's gonna make us have to experiment more, and I always like experimenting more to test out different things. Now, the next thing, progression recycling. We noticed that many players experience a progression gap due to resource resets during season transition. To improve the cross-season progression experience, we will retain certain results that are hard to achieve in current season through the progression recycling system. So I don't really get what they mean. So I think what they mean is like they're not keeping the resources, but what else are they keeping? We will retain certain results that are hard to achieve in current season through the progression recycling system. Do you guys, if anybody understands, let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys actually think this means? I don't really quite grasp what this means, so I can comment on it. Okay, next thing, new gameplay content. Okay, love it. That I want to see as much of this as we can. Roguelike gameplay. To meet your need for deeper strategic gameplay, we plan to introduce tiered roguelike content. In this mode, you will gradually build your team through random events and enjoy the fun of overcoming stages with different team lineups. So I just learned like last week what roguelike exactly means, because when you think roguelike, you're thinking, oh, stealth, you know, rogue, HUDs in the shadows. That's not what it means, the penalty. So if I understood correctly, the way that the roguelike means is basically you're going to go into a certain area of the game and you're given options as you go in, first to choose specific heroes and maybe specific artifacts or gear, okay? So let's say first time you go in, you can choose 2 heroes and an artifact, okay? After you pass a couple of stages, you can add another hero. After you pass a couple of stages, maybe you can add another artifact and stuff like that, and basically keep, you know, building up the teams as you go to defeat these challenges. That's something that's fun because it can always be different because those are randomized, right? So this sounds like it can be something really fun. So I'm looking forward to something like that. Okay, next thing, new arena, the Emerald Court. I'm not the biggest fan of arena, so I'm not sure what this is gonna mean, but let's see. The Emerald Court emphasizes strategic fun with fair competition. Okay, it's a good start. In this mode, all players will choose from heroes, equipment, and artifacts with the same attributes. You will build your very own PvT teams and enjoy deeper strategic experience by adjusting skill release timings before battles. Okay, so basically, this sounds like a normalized arena. What that means is basically everybody has the same option of heroes. They have the same options of equipment, and just choose from those ones. So everybody's level 100, let's say, and everybody has level 16 pieces of gear, right? Nobody has inspired or whatever. This is just the normalized one, which basically this emphasizes more on skill, not just like, who wailed more. And this is going to be fun. This might be something that might get me interested in arena more as well. Okay, so that's the first part. Now the second one, right, getting towards the end, last part over here, a more friendly grinding experience. Yes, we need that. The Fey, Meander, and Pillar of Treasure are two major challenges, and each season they require to invest a lot of time to conquer. We plan to introduce an auto tower climb feature to alleviate the fatigue from such grinding experience. Yes, yes, yes. I would not mind seeing something like this. This would be amazing. But first of all, I want to see at least the way that we have Fey Meander in Season 1, I want to see it implemented in every other season. It's so tedious to keep walking around the map and just keep fighting those stages, it's just, I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. The way that it is in Season 1 is basically a level, it's just that stage. You fight that, you push as hard as you can every day, and then you have a certain cap, and it opens as you progress with levels, and then you get daily rewards from it. I like that way more, and honestly, if they introduce the way that it is in Season 1 to Season 4, I don't even think I would need a tower climb, from my point of view. This is just my point of view. But if we're gonna have more game modes to play, then certain things that will reduce the time you spend in other areas are gonna be needed. So stuff like auto tower climb is gonna be a good feature, I guess. Okay, other optimizations. Beside the above, we'll also introduce features like equip all for quick hero equipment setup. Yes, that's not bad. Usually they're pretty bad though. Usually they choose the wrong stuff, but I guess it can help. Auto pathing, camp dispatch, temporary mounts, and other optimization features to reduce the grind. We'll also optimize multiplayer, real-time, non-auto battle gameplay and adjust various stages and boss mechanics to bring a more relaxed and fun gaming experience. Spoiler, apart from the Lamar Volcano Sandbox, which is Season 4, again, this is an older announcement from like July, which is to be introduced during the Otherworld exploration of phase of Season 4. The future storylines and sandboxes are also in the works. The currently available sandboxes, storyline, and NPC interactions will also be optimized to provide a more immersive experience. So I guess pretty much after you're done with the previous season, all the other NPCs that you have around the map are pretty much useless. They sell you a bit of things, and apart from maybe 3 or 4 around the map that you can steal or get some gear early on, they, how many times do you go and visit them? I don't. But yeah, I think this is pretty much it. And you know what? I'm hoping that this is something that's going to be introduced in first quarter of 2025, because it makes me hopeful again. It makes me hopeful. It gives me it gives me the right to say this game is good. Hopefully it's going to be better. So I'm really hoping that they sort out all of their things that they have to do, and then they can focus on the new content, optimizing things, and basically bringing Dragonheir SilentGods at the level that it's supposed to be. Like I said before in the past, this game has the potential to be one of the best gacha games out there. It's just, I guess this period that they've been going through again with the selling, with changing the publisher, changing the service provider, changing everything has made it more complicated than supposed to. And I just hope it's not too late, right? I just hope there's other people out there that still want to give it a chance, same way as I'm doing. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. That was an interesting one. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.